Ladies and gentlemen, Golfweek Amateur Tour proudly presents Golfweek Amateur Tour, the podcast, talking about all things Golfweek Amateur Tour, including interviews with tour directors, players, and course professionals. Now here are your hosts, Tim Newman and El Paso Las Cruces Tour Director, Chris Rocha.
Happy New Year, Chris. I hope you and the family had a wonderful New Year's celebration. Jen and I were in bed by 9:30 New Year's Eve.
Of course, I'm not surprised.
I'm still tired. So
It maybe because she's still mad at you for forgetting her birthday.
well, truth be told, she is.
Well, at least it's a new year. You know the saying, "New year, new leaf, new tree."
Yeah.
We have 12 months to prepare.
Well, but see, we also have to remember everything that happens in between
Well,
then too. I mean, so that's part of the problem. We start adding things to it, and I do want to say happy birthday to my older brother, my younger brother. I want to make sure we get that on. My younger brother's birthday is January 6th. My older brother's birthday is January 7th. So it's easy to remember the second one, because when I wake up on the 6th and I get that notification, it's Tommy's birthday. So I mean, if today's Tommy's birthday, it means tomorrow's Toots' birthday. So
no.
so I've done my duty. Happy birthday, Toot Tommy, or Tommy Toot. That's the order it goes. We'll get together soon.
Yeah, and happy birthday to anybody else.
If you've had a birthday at any point in time,
In January.
happy birthday. Well, we've got it's that time of year to get started.
Yeah.
Obviously, we're recording this before Icebreaker starts, but it's ready to go. We've got Southern Icebreaker this weekend. We got Western Icebreaker next week, and we're rolling.
The train has left the station.
It has.
I mean,
Absolutely.
I had my first event the weekend after the Western Icebreaker. So does Arizona. So we're starting off early. I know Orlando's, I think, starting off. Anything south of the U.S. is probably starting off pretty soon.
Yep. And it's if you want to play golf, now's the time. I mean, really, especially if you live up north, where you don't necessarily have to live, but if you do live up there, there's plenty of golf being played down here. Okay, come down, come south, come play in some tournaments and enjoy yourself.
Yes, sir. It's going to be great. I can't wait. I say that every year when we start. Can't wait to see what happens. But I think, not only for us too, but I think it's going to be a special year for everybody.
Yeah, let's hope so. Kind of turn the page from last year and get after it a little bit.
Yes, sir. I mean, but what's the best way to start than to have a regular guest? That's another trivia question. Who's been on the show the most? Being able to kick off 2026 with some rules. So let's welcome our rules guy over here.
Let's bring Roger in. Let's see if we can do it. There we go. We did it on the first click. Roger, Happy New Year, Happy Holidays. Welcome back.
Happy New Year, guys. Glad to be here. 2026 already.
Yeah, we're rolling along, aren't we?
Yes, we are.
So did you have a good holiday season? Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, all that stuff?
I had a great holiday. Got to play a little bit of golf down in Jacksonville. It was 78 and sunny. Got to play with the kids. Yep. So that's nice. Yeah. And the funny about the weather, like we've had some cold weather here in Virginia Beach, but today and tomorrow, I got 2 invites to play golf. It's like going to be 68 and sunny tomorrow here, and it was about 65 today, but I had to work, so somebody's got to work. So,
Right. Well, and you're coming to the Icebreaker this coming weekend. The weather's, I don't want to jinx it, but it's looking pretty good.
I keep checking the forecast, and it keeps staying really nice. So I'm really looking forward to that. Yep.
Yeah, me too. So, generally I go to the course. I go to Jones course in the morning for you guys to tee off and just say hi to everybody, and then I go off do my thing, and I spend Sunday at Harbor Town all day and hanging out, watching golf, and talking to people, and doing the interviews. So I'm hoping that Sunday at about maybe 2-3 o'clock, you'll be sitting next to me in the men's clubhouse.
That's right. Yep. And yeah, I hope I play a little better than I have this winter. I've played a decent amount of golf this winter, but like I've been studying. I downloaded I have 18 birthdays. Downloaded all the pictures of the holes, trying to figure out a little strategy because for the tour championship or last in October, I started off the first day pretty well. I was like cut just a couple shots out of the top 20, right. But then I fell back. So hoping this coming weekend will be a little better. We'll see. Yeah,
it'll be what it'll be, and even nothing else. You're playing golf. You knock some rust off, and the weather will be nice. So
oh yeah,
there you go.
That's a good thing.
Yeah, I saw there's about 6 or 7 guys from from Tidewater in my flight that are going to be there. So it'll be fun. Know some guys, and that'll be great. Yeah,
that's what I'm glad you brought that up. Tidewater Tour does a number of things right. Yeah. But one of the things I love is Tidewater guys travel. I mean, all right, guys, load up. We're going here. We're going there. And it's not just 1 or 2. You get a group of them going, and I love seeing that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I think one thing I did notice, like listening to you guys with your podcast with other tour directors, I feel like our courses are a little closer. When I hear some of the ones where Chris and out there, you're 3-4 hours, like, wow, that takes a lot of commitment too. And it's nice to hear that. But yeah, our guys do travel well though. You're right.
Yeah. When courses are closer together, and I say this about, some of the tours I've been tour director from, the major metropolitan areas, whether it's DC or Atlanta or Chicago or St. Louis, it could still be an hour and a half away. That's only 30 miles difference. And so you got to take everything with a grain of salt of where you're playing, right?
Right.
Take DC as a for example. Cephas and Thompson are doing a great job up there, but when you look at their schedule, to get good courses to play on, they go as far south as Fredericksburg, Virginia,
right,
and as far north as just north of Gettysburg, Pennsylvania.
Oh yeah, yeah,
jeez,
yeah. And but again, they're still getting 70 to 80 guys a tournament. It just kind of depends. And DC is another tour that travels really well. But it's part of that is the key is the camaraderie and the culture that the tour directors build as well.
Oh yeah, yeah. Like ours, we go from Williamsburg to the Outer Banks and even south of the Outer Banks. Yeah, yeah. But I know what you mean there. Yeah, and we still just have such a great group of guys on the Tidewater tour.
You really do.
I think I told you we have a group chat. There's like 24 of us. We wish each other happy birthday. Like today was Andy Grant's birthday, actually. Happy birthday, Andy.
Well, hold on, Andy Grant, happy birthday. We Roger, I'm sure we have memory problems here. We forget to wish people happy birthday, and
right.
Andy, happy birthday. Please don't yell at me.
Right. Yeah.
So,
something common between all the tours, though, we all play under the same set of rules.
Do we, Roger? Do we? Do we?
We try to. We try to.
I don't know about Chris's tour, but I've heard some.
We try to.
Yeah, you try. Yeah. Hot weather rule. I don't know what the hot weather rule is. We got the cold weather.
Well, you know what? We didn't plan on talking about this, but can you give me a little, and maybe it's just that I don't understand. Can you give me a little bit of insight as to why, we have the off season in terms of rules and scores for handicaps and things? What am I missing there?
So, because it's because they want to protect the course.
Okay.
And out of like the preferred lies and things, they don't want people digging up the ground during the winter months or the off-season months. And
Okay.
really everything I've heard about it is for the court protection. So you could do, protect the course, and then you're getting better lies. You're doing things that you wouldn't normally do. So that is going to affect your scores, which then affects your, So that's really the reason behind it for the most part. Yeah.
All right, I can buy into that.
Yeah.
If we're not trying to, like I say, if we're trying to protect the course and keep it in a position so that when springtime comes or whenever that growth season actually comes,
Right.
excuse me, it's a lot less damage as opposed to, well, it's, we're just going out there and having a free for all for golf, and maybe that's where we forget some of the rules. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe
And the
some of the
other
rules.
thing, on the kind of the opposite side of that, when conditions are really bad,
Yeah.
you might have a tendency to shoot higher scores,
Mhm.
and that's going to raise your handicap, and it really shouldn't be. But, well, I mean, it could raise it because those scores are higher. You have enough of them. They impact the scores that are used for your handicap, and it artificially raises your handicap, and that's not right either. So
Right.
that's the other. Yeah.
Well, let's get into the things we had talked about because,
Sure. Yeah.
again, when we talked a little bit before we got started, you don't want to sound like a broken record, but Roger, I hate to say this, but you sound like a broken record.
I'll try to. If I have some new rules, which we talked about, this is an off year for the rules, so there are no new rules going into effect. I did want to mention that. 2026, we'll see them next year in 2027. So just to let everybody know, this is not a year where there'll be rules revisions. But the USGA came out with a list. They get about 20,000 questions a year, and they came out with 5 things that are the most common questions. And these 5 things are 5 things that I've often talked about right here on the podcast. And the number 1, and they specifically said relief from a cart path. And number 2 was how to take relief from penalty areas. So those were number 1 and number 2. We've gone over them many times. And I'm going to mention something about cart paths that happened down in Hilton Head in the championship. So those are number 1 and number 2. And number 3 was what happens if you accidentally hit yourself. You take a shot and you hit yourself with the ball, you hit your cart, or you hit your equipment. That was number 3. Number 4 was if a practice swing causes the ball to move, is that a penalty? And that's an interesting one that I do want to go over. And then number 5 was all about, can you tap down divots, move, like break off sticks, all that kind of stuff. And that one I'll just briefly right now say, no, you can't if it's improving the lie of your ball or the surrounding area where you might hit your ball. I mentioned like people go into the woods and they don't want to take an unplayable lie, but they've got sticks and branches impeding their swing, and they're hacking away out there. You can't do that, fellas. You have to either play it as it lies or take an unplayable or take stroking distance and go back. That's one that that kind of gets me when I see people do that. So I did want to go over. Yeah, go ahead, Chris.
I was just gonna say with that, remember, we're smarter than what we think. Your practice swing behind your golf ball to get those weeds out of the way is not a practice swing.
What? Chris, stop. People would never do that. People would never do things like that.
You see that a lot in the desert. Don't worry.
So during the, I keep calling it the Tour Champ. What do we call our Hilton Head event tonight? Or the Tour Championship. Right. So a couple of things happened there, rules related in my group, and that's why I wanted to relay these because they actually happened. And I will tell you, I never tell anybody that I'm who I am or that, and a lot of people don't. I mean, I don't mention that I'm a rules official at all. A lot of guys haven't heard the podcast. Some have, but they don't realize it's me. So even when I tell someone a rule, they're like, who are you that you don't? And then I have to say, well, I'll show it to you in the book after the round, but I want you to know this. Okay. So something that happened in my round. the first day I played Palmetto, and it was kind of moist. It was a little damp out there. It was, some of the ground was mushy. I think it was Palmetto. I'm not, the Sea Flight played the first day. Wherever it was kind of wet. And in my foursome, a guy had hit a ball. He was in the other cart though, so I wasn't with him at the time. And I guess he had an embedded ball, and he didn't take embedded ball relief. And so it cost him probably a 2-stroke or 2, because just to get it out of there. So he didn't take embedded ball relief. So then it actually happened to him twice. And then it happened to me. And at that time, he was near me, because we were all, the 2 carts were together. And I showed the guys my ball and said, listen, I'm going to take embedded ball relief. And he was like, what are you talking about? We don't have that rule. And I said, it's not closely mown area. I said, did you read the rules sheet? It was printed on our rules sheet, embedded ball in the general area is in effect. And what he was thinking was the rule that, and it's a local rule, where instead of that, you have embedded ball is in effect only in areas mown to fairway height. So I took relief, and he's like, we, it was instant. He was like, yo, you can't do that. It's like, yeah. And look at the sheet. It's right there on the sheet. And the guy even announced, like, he didn't listen to the announcements. He didn't look on the sheet. So the importance of knowing the rules for that day, plus just knowing the rule. So you guys got, yeah. So I took embedded ball relief, and that's, you take a 1 foot club length anywhere behind where the ball lies. So for me, it didn't cost me a stroke. For him, it cost him a couple of strokes. So.
Roger, I've got all kinds of thoughts on this. Doing what I've done, the majority of my adult professional career, the idea that people don't read, when you give them instructions, they don't listen, then they don't read, and then get upset because they don't get the outcome they want.
Right.
I get it. It's human nature.
Right.
It is. It just is what it is, right?
Yeah.
I think that, and I say this from a little bit different perspective now. The idea that instead of getting upset because somebody else is doing something that you think is doing, I'm talking about the guy that you had this with. He got upset with you because you were following the rules, right? Instead of getting upset at the time and causing himself a lot of angst.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let it go and deal with it at the end when tensions are, you're not in the midst of it, right? And you can actually have a conversation. I've dealt with people who've almost come to blows. They've, shoved rule sheets in other people's faces. That's not the way to handle it either. But,
Right.
We're out there. We're just a bunch of regular people, guys and ladies.
Right.
Yes, it's competition. Yes, I get it. But let's start treating people a little bit nicer. Let's start, giving people some grace when there is it's just a little disagreement. It's not the end of the world, right?
Yep. And that's kind of why I said I can show you this later.
Right.
And I'll play 2 balls if you want me to. And then they said no, because one other somebody in the foursome that wasn't part of it, he was like, "Oh no, that's it." And then he pulled out the rule sheet.
Yes.
But yeah. So you're right.
And the whole idea of, well, I didn't read the rules, so you should take a penalty because I didn't read the rules. That I love that logic.
Right.
So, but anyway.
So the second thing that happened with me was, again, with the top questions that the USGA received was about penalty area relief. And this one actually happens to more than just in the Tour Championship. It happens during the season. The fact that folks don't know that a red penalty area, and everybody usually associates the red penalty area with the 2 club length lateral relief, but with a red penalty area, that also allows you to take back on the line relief. You can go back as far as you like with the red penalty area. So that happened. and that was me again. Believe it or not, I hit a ball in the water. So I had to take penalty relief. And I was like, no, I'm going to go back. And the gentleman there was like, well, what do you mean? You only get 2 club lengths. I says, no, that's the additional option under the red penalty area. But under red or yellow, you're allowed to go back on the line. So that was surprising, but he said he'd never known that. And I don't know if he was a new golfer or what it was, but he didn't know that. So that was the second one. And along with that, I wanted to mention, because this came up as well, prior to the rules changes in 2019 for a penalty area drop, and back then, of course, it was hazards, you got 2 club lengths, and then the ball could actually roll 2 club lengths. So you could actually get 4 club lengths of relief. Well, under the new rules, a relief area is established, whether it's 1 club length or 2 club lengths, and the ball has to stay within that relief area. So for a 2 club lengths for a red penalty area, has to stay within the 2 club lengths so you don't get full force. Right. So that's also a pretty good one. Same with off a cart path, you get free relief and you take a club length. You don't get the nicest place, you get the nearest place.
I love the way you frame that, because I think that makes it really clear. You don't get the nicest place, you get the nearest place.
That's right. Yep.
And I think if we explain it like that, this really kind of goes out to local tour directors. If you approach it like that, excuse me, it becomes a little bit more clear and easier to understand.
Right. Yep. Nicest place, not nearest place. And that's why I always emphasize.
No, nearest, not nicest.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Right. Did I clear? I emphasize, especially with the junior players, do not touch that ball. Don't pick it up off that cart path until you're sure you know what you want to do. Because once you've touched it, you can put it back, but you're going to get a penalty stroke for moving your ball at rest. Yeah.
Okay, so let me. Can I ask a clarifying question on that? Yeah. Okay, so let's just say it's lift clean in place.
Okay.
You mark it. Mm-hmm. You can pick it up and still put it back, even if you're in a position. Let's say the rocky area by the or solid dirt area by the cart path where you're still standing on the cart path, right? Mm-hmm. You mark it, pick it up, and clean it, and you haven't decided what you wanted to do yet. When you do that, can you still put it back after you look at your options, or once you start measuring? At that point, once you start measuring where you're dropping, is that the designation of when your decision has been made?
So I want to make clear there's 2 separate things, and I think maybe this is where there's lift clean and place replace, or it's rule E2 or E3. One is you're allowed to move it within like whatever the committee decides upon, 6 inches, 12 inches. Mm-hmm. Or there's the other one that it's lift clean and basically you're replacing right on that spot.
Right.
So if it's under lift clean in place, mm-hmm. you could lift. I mean, you're authorized at that point,
right,
to do that. After that, if you decide you want to move it, take relief, that's fine to do.
Okay.
It's lift clean, and if it's lift clean and place back on the spot, mm-hmm. that doesn't mean. That means you have to put it back there, but then you get the other option. Once it's put back, do you want to take relief?
Okay, but my question is more along the lines of, can you, if you haven't replaced it yet, mm-hmm. can you start measuring it out? Or once you start measuring it out and say, wow, look, if I...
Oh, yeah, if you haven't as long as you haven't replaced it, then
yes,
yeah, then you can do that.
Okay.
Once you've replaced it, you've made your choice.
You made your choice.
You made your choice, right? That's where you're you've done that. Yep. Yeah, because then you've already replaced it. Yeah, it doesn't say
it's back in play.
Right. Limited times to keep placing it and replacing it.
Right. One time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah. So, the reason I mentioned the nicest place, not the nicest place, but the nearest. That came up as well. We had a cart path relief. The fellow took his drop, and it was terrible. And he was like, well, don't I get a better drop? Don't I get the 2 club? That whole thing about you're getting a better spot. And it was like, no, you've already made your choice, and that was it. Yeah. So that was good. So the other one I wanted to go over is if you take a practice swing and you accidentally hit your golf ball, and that's the key here. What's the intent? You take a practice swing, you hit your golf ball and maybe even hit a nice shot and it moves up there, or you hit it to the right 10 yards and you didn't intend to do that. Does that count as a penalty? Well, the penalty is that you moved your ball. So you do get a penalty stroke for moving your ball at rest. And then that stroke, though, doesn't count. So let's say you hit one off the tee, you're in the fairway, you take a practice swing, you accidentally hit that ball. Well, that practice stroke does not count, but you do get a penalty stroke because you moved your ball, and then you have to put your ball back on the spot. And if you don't know the exact spot, you estimate the spot, and you put the ball back there. So it is a penalty stroke for moving your ball at rest, a penalty, but the stroke you took doesn't count, which I think most guys understand that. Same with if you're not, and there are times when the ball can be moved. I mean, you could accidentally move it during search. If someone accidentally moves the ball during search, that's okay. Now, you can't be out in the middle of the fairway and say, oh, I was searching for it. That's how I picked it. That's, sorry. That's second thing that happened. Yes.
True.
So that was one. Like, and you have to make sure that the intent was it a practice stroke or was it an actual stroke? A whiff counts as a stroke. We have heard that a million times.
Mm-hmm.
The other thing, other places you can accidentally move it on the teeing area. And I'll ask you guys before I just say why on the teeing area, if you move it, would it not be a penalty? And
I would say because the ball hasn't actually been put into play yet.
Right. It's not in play. Exactly. Yeah. Good job. So the ball's not in play yet, so you can do that. And then, of course, on the putting green now, anytime you accidentally move your ball on the putting green, you can replace it, no penalty. So that was another, that comes up, often enough that, people accidentally do that. Yep. So those were the 3 big ones that I think about and that people need to take care of in 2026 to know. If the thing I always think of, there's so many rules. I mean, there are a lot of rules, and then there's the rules within the rules and things that happen, but there's just a few. If guys would get the few right, how to take cart pair, how to take penalty area relief, what to do on a putting green, what constitutes a teeing area or the putting green itself, the areas of the course. If they would just get those few things right, they'd probably solve 80% of the questions that come up out there.
Yeah.
And especially penalty areas, because that's the real big one. Yeah. Because,
But no, I'm shocked. I will admit I thought any practice swing that caused the ball to move was not a penalty. So that I learned something new today. Starting off the year with some new knowledge.
Yep.
Well, we gotta watch these guys in El Paso.
Give me a look.
Right.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you an interesting one. Not quick. Let's say you hit your tee shot, it ricochets off a tree and comes back onto the teeing area, the one you played. It's still right in the teeing. Teeing area is defined as the markers and then 2 club lengths back, by the way. That's come up too sometimes. It comes back in the teeing area. Did you know that you can re-tee that ball, even though you've already played a stroke? Anytime a ball that you've hit ends up back in the teeing area of the hole you're playing, not any teeing area, but the hole you're playing, you can actually re-tee that golf ball and play it again.
And it's got to be your teeing area.
Your teeing area, right? And
how about that? I did not know that.
Right. So
there you go.
5 areas of the course. It's the teeing area of the hole being played, the putting green of the hole being played, all bunkers, penalty areas, and then there's the general area, basically everything else. So the teeing area of the hole, not a teeing area. If you're on number 1, number 2's teeing area is actually part of the general area at that point. Only your team. Yeah. If you're on number 7, all the other ones are part of the general area. Only the teeing area that you're on. Yeah. So kind of the interesting one.
I'm putting that in my new members newsletter that I send out with rules to know.
Yep.
Both of those.
And the reason that come up, and it's almost the same as stroke and distance, but because have you ever seen a guy hit the tee marker with their ball and it's dead in it? So that's where this is where I've actually seen this, and the person was like, "Oh man, I got to play it." But it's played off the ground, but it was a 410-yard hole. It's like, well, actually, you're allowed to tee that back up again. It stayed in the teeing area. You can tee it up. Yep. So it's pretty interesting. Yep.
Well, you're nicer than I am on that. I mean, if we're having a friendly game, I'm saying, well, you shouldn't have hit it there. You better keep that ball down there, and
right.
Yeah.
Interesting. Gotta watch you now.
You always gotta watch me, man. You know that.
Yeah.
Anyway,
and that's why I got to be careful when I'm out on the course. I can't give guys advice, and I'm like, man, I want to tell this guy he can do this, especially about like the whole line relief.
Yeah.
But I can't because that's giving advice and stuff.
It's what, and I'm glad you said that too, because it's difficult for me. Obviously I haven't played in years, but when I'm out watching and I help people look for balls and they're asking me questions, and I give them their options, and they say, well, what should I do? I'm like, number one, I'm not going to tell you what you should do. All I can give you is these are your options.
Right.
I'm not even going to tell you what I would do. These are your options, and they're looking at me, and it's like I can't do that.
Right.
And it's sometimes it's hard, especially when they're looking at you, and you know that they're flustered because it's a real easy. It's what you should do is obvious when you know what your choices are. It's obvious, but they're so flustered and they're so hung up on, oh my gosh, I've just taken a penalty stroke, or I've just lost a ball, that they have trouble processing. I wouldn't say reality, but what to do.
Yeah. So the rules are public knowledge. Mm-hmm. So it is a lot like what you said, how you word it. I can tell them what the options are, but can actually try to influence which one to take. They have to decide that upon their own. They have to read that book that you wrote and
see
learn a little bit.
How about that?
I'm about halfway through. But
well, I'll get you a signed copy when you come down this week.
Okay. Sounds good.
Chris, you get a signed copy when you come visit me.
All right.
Oh, but obviously I'm not somebody who brags, but I found out yesterday the book won an award.
Oh, nice. Oh.
Yep. I'm pretty psyched about that. It was completely unexpected.
Awesome.
Pretty excited about it. So, all right, Roger. I will see you. If I don't, I will see you. I'll see you on Saturday. I won't get too close if I'm still coughing like this, but I will definitely see you on Sunday at around 3:30 in the upstairs clubhouse.
Or maybe I'll see you at Stu's. I still got to make it to Stu's.
Well, you know what?
Isn't that the name of it?
It's Stu's. Yeah, I had Stu's on Friday. I had Stu's on Friday.
All right. Yeah.
Start the new year off right, man. Go right to Stu's. Don't shake your head. It was good. It was good. All right, Roger. You take care of yourself. Travel safely. I'll see you this weekend, bud.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. Take care, Roger. Yep. Bye, Chris.
Let's take a break from the show to hear about Srixon's ZX Mark II drivers.
ZX Mark II drivers are for major players, major winners, major power. All new ZX Mark II drivers, only from Srixon.
Tim, great to have Roger back. As we talked to him and we did our recording and everything, just like it would with the golf gods, the next day, I believe it was, PGA announced that they're changing some rules, and threw us all for a loop there.
Yeah, it's funny because we talked about, the whole idea that there wasn't anything new because it's not on the rotation. This year isn't the rotation for anything new,
Right.
and this comes out, and I do think it's important for everybody to understand that just because the PGA does something, because the PGA modifies its rules, it does not affect us, because we're following the USGA rules now.
Right. And I think that's where Roger, he clarified, like, this year is not a year for rule changes according to the USGA.
Right.
So, we'll definitely get that information out to everybody, especially on Golf Week. But like you said, we follow the USGA rules, not the PGA Tour rules.
Right.
Even though we are amateurs that play like the pros, unfortunately, we don't get paid like the pros, and we don't get to play Thursday through Sunday. But we follow USGA 100%.
Yeah, but it's kind of funny. Yeah, they're the pros, but they make it so easy for themselves.
I know.
And I don't know.
If only we had the gallery rule.
Exactly. That's what we need. That's what we need all the time. But it is kind of funny that things happen the way that it is, and I will see Roger again. This is being recorded before the Hilton Head Regional. But I'll see him this weekend, and I know we're gonna have a good laugh over that. And obviously, we'll get Roger back on again here real soon. But we got another tour director on.
Yes, sir.
There's small change to the tour for him, but we love what he's doing out there. Kevin Durant from the Vegas tour. Let's just go ahead and bring him in because obviously I want to talk about the things that are going on out there, the regional, all the other good stuff. Okay, Kevin, welcome back to the show, bud. It's been a while since we've seen you.
Oh, how are you guys? I appreciate you for having me on.
We're doing great. What's the weather like in Vegas? You got a week before your regional. What's the weather like out there right now?
You know what? It is great. It's in the mid 50s.
Okay.
So for us, that's awesome. It's all about the wind. If the wind stays calm, Paiute scores will be incredible. If that wind kicks up, it's welcome to the British Open.
Yeah, that's true. And I'm actually looking at the website now, and Chris and I were out there a couple years ago, and number one, it's a beautiful facility, beautiful facility.
Yes.
And it's wide open. I mean, you're absolutely right. If the wind stays down, you're going to be fine. But if that wind picks up a little bit, good luck.
Good luck.
Yeah, Paiute, the protection of Paiute when you drive in the first time, you go, oh man, I'm going to score. It's wide open. There's really not any major rough. And then the wind hits. And if the wind hits, man, that 340-yard hole feels like 410. That par 5 at 490 that you thought, oh, I'm on it too. It's not happening. But what makes me appreciate watching the champ flight, because somehow those guys still, and girls, they still put up numbers in that wind. So,
well, Kevin, they can put up numbers in the wind, in the rain, in the snow. It doesn't really matter. But I love watching them. I love watching the good champ flight players and the good A flight players because they play a much different game than everybody else, and good on them for that. But keep the wind down, keep that temperature up, because at least when I was out there, it was cold. I stayed inside most of the time. I'm a little.
our call last year was cold.
Yeah, I'm a little sissy when it comes to cold. I admit that, but I hope things stay this way for you. We've got the Hilton Head Regional this weekend, and knock on wood, weather looks really good for this weekend, and as we open the season, I'm hoping for good weather for you guys out there as well.
I appreciate it. Yes, I'm praying that it stays right where it's at.
And you right now you've got a couple spots open, so anybody who's listening, what's the deadline to get in on this?
Oh man, for regional, come on down. I mean,
Yeah.
sign up ASAP. There's a few spots available and a lot of talent. If you really want to test your game and you're not going to South Carolina, come down here, test your game. Like I said, that Paiute wind will definitely give you that challenge that you need, and a beautiful facility. I mean, you're going to play 2 amazing courses.
You will. Chris, you got a couple of El Paso guys going out there.
I do. I mean, they're excited. One thing I did want to bring up, Kevin, you're doing something pretty cool. So before your regional, usually people do practice rounds, that sort. Well, you're actually having a single day event, so people can get points as a practice round.
Yes, absolutely. So we're playing the snow course, which is day 2 course for regional. So this is going to give them an opportunity to get a feel for the course, especially for the out-of-towners if it's their first time to come around. So I really got to thank Dennis for that. I been working on trying to increase the numbers for Las Vegas and just getting people to see us a little differently. So with that being said, Dennis giving us this opportunity, I really appreciate it. So far about half the field is going to play in it, and I get a chance to really, I think, have a big advantage, because it's one thing to play a practice round and okay, let me putt here, let me putt here, let me putt there, but to actually play in tournament conditions before a regional, I think will help sharpen their game a lot and get them ready and accelerate that process.
Oh, it definitely will, especially if some of these guys, if it's a first round in a while,
Yes.
knock off that rust and wake up to a really nice course. So we got some changes in Vegas. You're down to a one-man show, which is it's good, it's bad, it's good, it's bad, but it's good for Vegas. You're good for Vegas. So what do you have going on out there, and why should people come out? If you live in Vegas, why should they come see you and play on the Golfweek Amateur Tour?
Having Randy first and foremost as tour director with me the first 3 years has been amazing, because I'm not as well versed in golf. It's a passion, not the occupation, so to speak. Now I'm moving up in flight to A flight, and I'm going to eat some humble pie this year just to have that challenge. But now I'm looking forward to making some different changes, and hopefully more good than bad. And so really been working the internet, really understanding where golfers are, so that they can come out and get a feel for us. And I tell you, coming to Vegas and playing, if you live in Vegas, you want to be on this tour. And I know everyone says that, but the difference is I've looked at all my competition, and I'm the lowest price for playing the exact same course at the exact same time. So, the nice thing is this is not my full-time career. So I'm approaching it a lot different. And I'm disclosing everything to my members. I'm getting them engaged and involved in where we're playing. It's like, hey, if you want to play Southern Highlands, one of the best courses, private courses, amazing out here, no problem. This is how much it's going to cost. And they go, maybe we're not there yet. No problem. We still have some great alternatives. But you're talking about, we're playing some courses that was previously on the PGA Tour. So it's a great opportunity to play, but we also got some great guys on our tour that push each other. We knock each other's brains out. But at the end of the day, we're in the 19th hole having a drink together. We're having some food together and helping each other sharpen those irons. We're going to go out to Arizona and compete in the Arizona Tour and kind of try try to push those guys out there. They're going to come out to our tour at Chimera in February, which is our first major, and just push us. And so we had a great tour, and not just Vegas, but all the way around. I can call Chris. He's going to give me advice. He's going to help. He's going to send players. I think we typically get about 5 or 6 players from out of state. So we're blessed here. Golf Week is just a great tour to play in. And I don't think everybody on the West Coast knows that it's the oldest amateur tour out there. So you don't have to worry about the rules changing, every 3, 4, 5 months. We are pretty established. So absolutely love it.
Well, as I'm looking at your schedule, and you number one, you've got good courses on there, but the prices really are low. And correct me if I'm wrong, in the past, prices were way more elevated than what you've got this year.
Oh, absolutely. Now, my background in finance and in sales has helped tremendously, because a lot of these courses, what happens in Vegas, a lot of courses are content or happy to get out-of-towners in because the pricing is elevated significantly. So you have to get them to understand, this is the Vegas tour. This is your hometown. The majority of the players are coming from Vegas. So we need you to give us those prices, not someone who's coming in town to play Bally High for the first time, and you can charge them $400. And those GMs at the different courses and tournament directors have done an outstanding job of understanding the vision, and that we're trying to get more golfers to see their courses as well, and put it in their day-to-day rotation. And I think when you understand that, then it's a little easier to say, you know what, Durant, we're going to give you this price. You need to get us this many players, and we're going to get players that maybe live in North Vegas to come down and play, and West Vegas and so on, that now say, I didn't think this course didn't look that good 5, 6, 7 years ago. They've made a comeback, and I'm going to put this back in my rotation.
Yeah. Well, just looking at the prices, you got Chimera, a 2-day event at $250, so that's $125 a day. You've got one course, Laughlin Ranch, $95.
Yes. So it's almost like
that's unheard of.
Your normal course, your normal one day. Hey, Chris, let's go. Tim, let's go just golf, me and the buddies. But now you get the incentive of trophies, prizes, gift cards, and hey, no offense, Chris, you got to put that 3-footer out now. And trust me, that goes back to me as well. They go, no. Any other day, that's fair game. But today, you might do a Rory McIlroy.
Possible. Any day's possible.
Chris wouldn't do a Rory. I'm good for one though. I'll take it.
I'm definitely good for one.
So, you mentioned that you bumped up to the A flight. So what are you actually working on in your game that's going to make you successful in the A flight? Because we're not talking about taking our lumps. We're talking, and Kevin, you know this more than anybody else. It's all about mindset, right? It's all about mindset.
Yes.
What are you doing to be successful?
So, the funny thing is I own a martial arts school, as you know. I've owned it for 23 years. So that's what I do. I'm a 7th degree black belt. And what we're talking about right now in class is focus, eyes on what's important. So for me, am I ready for a flight? No, if I want to have an honest evaluation. There's some short game things I need to work on, course management. But what I find in martial arts, I find in golf. And that's, I don't have a problem fighting someone 6'5", 280, even though I'm 5'10", 195. No problem. Let's do it. Let's have some fun. And that's just my approach because it's going to make me better no matter what.
Right.
As it relates to golf, it's the same thing. If I put myself out there and I go against a flight next week, I'm gonna get some humble pie. But I'm also gonna be a student of the game and watch those players play. And I'm a firm believer you have to be the biggest thief in life. And I don't think people understand that a lot of times. And what I mean is I need to steal the 5 inches between your ears. So I'm going to pay attention to their routines. I'm going to pay attention to how they flight a ball down or flight it up, how their wrist hinge or not on chipping, their putting. And I'm going to challenge them. I'm going to put myself out there. Do I feel like I might take a couple standing 8 counts? Absolutely. But I'm a competitor. I will make them sweat for a period of time. Now the question is going to be, can I make those rounds be in round 12 or 11 and 10? And they go, man, whew, you had us going. You keep saying you're just doing an A flight and you're not an A flight person, but you had us sweating. So those first rounds, I gotta weather the storm. And so I'm looking forward to that challenge.
And I know you're going to step up. And here's just kind of a funny story. My granddaughter's 5, and she's taking some karate lessons. And I was talking to my daughter about a week ago, and she said that her husband is going for his Greek belt. And she said it's going to be really difficult for him. I said, wait a second. He's got little kids doing this. And she said, no, it's not that green belt. He's in the Six Sigma business certification. I was like, Dave's a better athlete than that. He's the green belt stuff he's gonna be fine with. Don't worry about it, But yeah, that's what we're dealing with. I'm always in this space as opposed to the other one. So that's good.
And you're always combining both. So everything that I do in karate ties right back to the martial arts, right?
Right.
The same things that I'm teaching the children and adults about the focus,
Yes.
the discipline. It comes right back out on the golf course. Is very transferable, even though it's not the swing. The concept, the thought process, the ability to stay within each shot, it all ties together. So yes, I'm looking forward to eating my humble pie this season. I've won my B flight for the last 2 years, and it's time to push to the next journey and see if I can weather the storm.
Well, I got faith in you, and I know you can. So here's the big one for you. Obviously, Vegas is a destination city to begin with, right? And people are coming. I mean, people all over the country are coming out to Vegas all the time. I was actually trying to get my wife to come out, and it really would have been around that 21st, 22nd time frame for Chimera. But here's the question for you: people are coming out all the time. Based on your schedule, what is the weekend that they need to come out to be able to play golf on the Vegas Tour this year?
So for our golf week, folks, and so that I'm not biased. Anytime you're traveling, the great thing with Golf Week, you should look at the schedule and see if it can coordinate with your vacation plans, right? And get an opportunity to play a different course. I go out to Arizona every year for their 2-day event at TPC. I go out to Don's event in California so that I can play the in PGA West. I mean, these are where the pros play. So anytime you get an opportunity to travel, and you're in this tour, you should be going on the website. Go on the website, make it work. For us, we got some good tours tournaments this year. Chimera, great way for especially all my folks that are in the winter and the snow and all locked in right now. Like you said, they aren't swinging clubs yet. Come down to Chimera and play our 2-day event. We have Valley High. Most of you, if you've come out to play Valley High, has played that course anywhere from $300 to $500.
Yes.
Come play our tournament, and you can actually play for a lot less and soak in the weather, the strip, the different restaurants, catch a show. So anytime you're coming to Vegas, look at our schedule. And if it works out for you and your family, link them together so that you're getting the best of both worlds. My wife, God bless her, man, she puts up with my golf addiction. And she knows wherever we travel, the clubs are coming. I never get to just do a carry-on trip. There's no such thing because my babies are coming with me.
That's awesome. Well, Kevin, thanks so much for spending some time with us today. I really do appreciate it. You're going to do great this year. Again, you got a couple spots open for the regional, so get on it, and look forward to seeing you again here real soon, bud.
Hey, I appreciate it. If you are looking for a tour in Vegas, our season just started. Come on over. Check us out. Thank you guys for allowing me to be part of your day and be part of the tour. I know everybody's trying to get on your show, so I feel privileged.
Well, Kevin, we only let the special people on, bud. Yeah, I mean, you know that.
Well, I did tell your team Kevin Durant would like to be on the show. I didn't say Kevin Durant.
That's it. So we move right to the top of the list. All right, bud. You take care.
All right, take care.
Let's take a break from the show to hear about Strixon's ZX Mark II irons.
A great iron set needs more than good looks. It's got to be fast and got to be pure. But good looks never hurt either. The all-new ZX Mark II irons from Strixon.
Man, Kevin Durant, he's going to do good things. He was talking to me at Nationals at the one event, the one day that I went. We were talking over breakfast, and his ideas are sharp. So if you're in the Vegas area or near Vegas, or like we even said, even traveling to Vegas, check him out. I think you'll have a great time.
Yeah, he's such a good guy, down to earth, fun, and not somebody you want to mess with for sure. I mean,
No.
You know, I love that he you know, kind of talked about the mindset and the mentality that you got to have and how transferable it is amongst other things. You know, we a lot of times we talk about that with the good champ flight players, but that's transferable to whatever flight you're in.
Yeah. I mean, I see guys, I mean, and you know, too, when you're making the groupings, right? Sometimes you have to mix groupings, and you try to do it the best you can with tee boxes so it doesn't hold up pace of play or whatnot. But then you see these guys that are in the lower flight play better, and they're at the top of the leaderboard. And you ask them, you know, what happened? Like, the guys I played with made me kick it up another gear, and hitting shots I didn't know I could hit, and I was making putts I didn't know I could make, and you know, just trying to stay with them made me play better.
Exactly.
So yeah, and I've felt it too. It definitely elevates your game, to be able to try and do things that you didn't think you could do.
Yeah. So if you're in Vegas, sign up. If you're not in Vegas, go to Vegas and play in some tournaments. I mean, you know, he mentioned it at the end. Valley High. That's a $300 course, easy. They're playing for $185.
That's a steal.
That is a steal. That's a steal. I mean,
It looks nice too.
That's a big time course. But I mean, I don't know all the courses that they're playing, but they're playing at Summerlin. I mean, they're playing at Valley High. I've played Falcon Ridge in Mesquite.
This is. Do I have an event that weekend?
Which one?
For Valley High. I don't. Huh. Someone leaving to Vegas this year. for a 1 day.
How about that?
Let's see what's in the books. Cause yeah, I mean, I just looked at their website and it looks amazing.
Yeah, it's crazy. And again, to be able to get some of those at that cheap price, it's.
I didn't say cheap, affordable.
Well, compared to 300,
Right.
to 500, and I don't know what peak season is there, but
I think peak season in Vegas is anytime.
you're probably right. You're probably right. So, well, if at least for you've got 2 weekends off, and then you're into it.
Yes. Already scheduled our practice round the week before. And it just feels like it's going to be just next thing you know, we're going to be talking about national championship. Yeah. That's the way it feels. It just goes by.
I know.
Well, get this. So Kevin was talking about, when you travel, book your flights, book your hotel, then go to Golf Week and check the schedule.
Exactly.
I actually did that. And we're taking the family down to Orlando. We're going to go do Universal Studios and a little bit of Disney World. Hang out with my sister a little bit. And then me and my brother are playing the Orlando event, March 7th.
Okay.
So, might as well get one in, in case
you might as well.
I'm going to have to miss one. I mean, I'm there, might as well do it. And it's great because my wife has always told me, hey, get out there, take your clubs with you, and we'll figure out a time for you can go play. So, I'm excited. It works out.
Well, I would be surprised if any time you travel, you didn't take your clubs with you to begin with. So,
there's been a couple times.
We'll stop it. All right? Don't ever let that happen again.
I'm like
very disappointed.
Yeah,
very disappointed in
to
you.
play. Let me just go get some rentals. Let me see what you got in the rental section.
So,
but yeah, I'm excited to see it. And you and me, we traveled a couple times. It's fun to get out there, meet new people. Hopefully we're able to start doing that up again. But that's what's great about the tour is you can really go anywhere in the country and there's somebody nearby, whether it's a 30-minute drive or
right,
2-hour drive. There's usually a tour nearby that you can go and play. And I mean, hopefully it's on the weekend that you're out there, but why not plan your trip around the weekend where there is going to be an event there?
Exactly. And if, but I mean, since we're already going to hell, might as well just, let it come out. Make sure you're the one that's actually doing the planning.
No, I just said, you know what? This weekend looks really good. Oh, it does. Let's make it work.
Let's make,
right.
Yeah, this.
Oh, wow. What are the odds? There's a golf tournament.
Who knew, right?
Oh, man. Let's be real. Even if we did plan it, they're smarter than that. And probably the second question is there golf involved?
Of course there is.
Well, now that you bring it up,
I wasn't thinking
about it, but
we might as well now that thoughts up in there. I can't get it out. Might as well just go ahead and do it. It is what it is. All right. So this is before the season starts. What is it that you're working on this year? What can we expect from you?
Golf wise?
Yeah, golf wise. What are we looking at?
I'm working on my irons. I'm tweaking a couple things here and there on my irons. Leading into the end of last year, I got into this YouTube golfer mentality and watching every YouTuber and trying to do what their advice was, and that's not for me. So I'm trying to go back to my natural swing.
Mm-hmm.
But my main focus this year, and for those that have golfed with me, they know I don't have a pre-shot routine. I get a yard, I pick a club, I get up there and I swing. I'm probably one of the fastest golfers you're going to play with. But I think I need to kind of focus on where I want this ball to go, how I want this ball to go.
Right.
Take my time, because at the end of the day, I can play as fast as I want. I'm still waiting at the next tee box.
Mm-hmm.
And as long as I'm not holding up everybody else, I think we'll be okay. So I'm going to work on that. But if I'm not on or near the green in 2, then that's just hurting my score.
Right.
Because I think I can, even if I'm not on the green in 2, but I'm nearby where I can put off the fringe or, nice little easy chip, I think I can save a par.
Right.
If I'm far left, far right, or real deep, and I have to extra scramble, I don't like extra scrambled eggs. So why extra scramble on the golf?
What's extra scrambled eggs? So you brought up the food, so I wasn't even thinking about it.
When you cook it too long.
So cooked. You like it runny, huh? I do.
Runny.
Not runny, but a little moist.
There's that
Like-
one spot where it's
No, I get
too
you.
runny but not too dry.
I got you. Throw some cheese in on that. Throw some cheese in there, some ham, maybe some sausage. It'd be real good.
So now we're going to a cooking show.
See, you started, not me. I wasn't even thinking about food.
But yeah, that's what I'm working on. I am going to stay in B flight to start, but I will be most likely in A flight by the end of the year because felt good. I played with my brother in December when he was here.
Mhm.
We played a 2-man scramble, and there was some good parts, and there was some parts that were like, So, gotta get my body back in there. Now that everything else is taken care of, I can focus on golf again.
Yeah. No more sicknesses this year. See?
Let's knock on that wood.
Yeah, I'm as you're talking and talking about B flight, I'm thinking, from your perspective, if you come away with let's just say 8 pars, 10 bogeys, you're in the mix, right?
Yeah.
So we're not talking about there's no double bogeys, no 3 putts. You throw in a birdie or 2 here or there, you get down to 10 pars, 8 bogeys. That's you're sitting right there, right?
Right.
It's just really being smart about, each play each individual hole with each individual swing. That's really the mentality for you.
For sure. Yeah, I need to slow it down because I think I'm rushing a lot, and that's hurting a lot around it.
Yeah. Well, I'm looking forward to big things from you.
So am I.
So
I'm already ready for nationals.
So no pressure.
Couldn't play this past year, so I'm already ready for that. Let's just skip the season, go straight there.
I'm just happy I didn't have to take you to the hospital. I mean, let alone play golf.
Right. That was scary, but now we got that all taken care of.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So is Belkin make an appearance in Vegas?
Vegas? No, we've left
Here. No, we're talking about it here. We're talking about here in Hilton Head.
Yeah, it's on its
No,
way
this
to
weekend.
different places.
No, is it going to be here for Icebreaker? We talked about it last time.
It's already there.
Oh, is there? Okay, so make sure you tell him to see me, and by the time this comes out, it'll already been done anyway. So,
Right. I plan on. He sent me a video and picture this morning, so he's gonna meet up with Dennis at check-in tomorrow. Take a picture with Dennis.
all right.
And then I told him to meet up with you afterwards.
Okay.
He said okay. And then we'll probably post it Sunday evening.
Okay. That'd be awesome.
And then it's going to be there at Myrtle Beach. I'm going to do the Myrtle Beach 4-ball.
Oh, you're going to the 4-ball.
Yeah. With Billy?
Okay. How's he doing?
It's going to be interesting. He had surgery beginning of December, right before the Ryder Cup, for a hernia in his abdomen.
Mm-hmm.
So he barely started swinging this week. But he's like, feels good, no pain. Swing felt great. So I'm like, all right, dude. Because I'm coming in with a high handicap, so we should have a chance.
Hey, you're killing me. You're killing me. Oh, my goodness gracious. All right, my friend. Well, it's time to kick it off. Hope you enjoyed your off season, and we're rolling.
Yeah. It's pedal to the metal from here on out.
Yep.
Can't wait.
Yeah, let's just make one more plea. If anybody wants to sponsor us to get us out to a regional, please reach out to either Chris or I. Because we love coming out there, but just like anything else,
We need help.
we need help. And obviously we'll feature either you or your business here on the podcast. Chris, by the way, that reminds me, I got to send you our numbers. We did pretty good in 2025. We did pretty
Nice.
good.
We'll talk about it next episode. I'm excited to talk about that.
All right, bud. All right, my friend. So reach out to either Chris or I. We still have the irons for raffle, $10. You can Venmo me. All that stuff's on the website. That's all I got, bud. Best of the family.
Yes, sir. Likewise. Let's get this party started.
Quickly.
Take care.